Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach The Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? And welcome to Startup Masters. That's right, the place if you're thinking about starting a business, if you have a business and you perhaps want to recharge your creativity, this is the place for you to be. I'm your host, Kelley Woods, also known as KG. You can follow me at KOG Speaks on LinkedIn, the Gram, as well as Facebook. And for my YouTubers, you can also catch some video at KOG Speaks TV. I am so glad you decided to come and spend some time with us this Tuesday because we got some dope guests in the studio. We got a dope guest that's going to bring the riveting content directly to you because guess what? We are team no white meat. We don't want you to skin up your white, you don't want you to skin up your meat to the white meat like
Not
we
to
did.
the white
right,
meat, not to the white meat.
We
What
got
up?
a jingle, yo.
What up? A quick jingle. What up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Now, look, I done told y'all once or twice you can follow me anywhere online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity, chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And this is the table where dreams are brought to life. This is the table where aspirations meet the asphalt as we continue to move forward. I'm about to break up into a sermon. You better watch me do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Not today. But we want to let y'all know that this is the place you come when you want those entrepreneurial gems, when you want to understand how businesses are birthed from conception all the way to production. We do that right here on Startup Masters each and every week. So without further ado, we're going to hop on into this. You ready to rock this? So I met this young lady at a Houston Association of African American Bloggers workshop or boot camp last year, and just having general conversations, and she threw out her website, and I was like, that's kind of cute. I like that. Traveling with Cute Luggage. That's kind of cute, kind of catchy. And then she started to sew into me.
Oh.
What she did and why she did it.
Oh, come on, why?
And the why.
Come on, why?
Is so important. Am I right?
That's the only thing that matters.
Come on, talk about it. So I don't want to give too many spoilers away because we're going to take this journey with this young lady, but I like to introduce the traveling blogger herself.
Oh.
You know, traveling with that cute luggage. None other than Miss Kelley Woods. Kelley, what's up? How you feeling?
I'm pretty good today. I've had a up and down day, but I'm great.
There it is. You right here with us, so it's a
positive note, baby.
We're gonna leave you on high right now. This is what we're gonna do. This is what. Shout out to Colorado. We're gonna leave you on high. So I had to do it. This is about to be that type of show, KG.
Okay,
you
I'm
feel
here
me?
for it.
I'm excited because I got a lot of stuff going on and things are going right now. So
let's keep it going right.
We're gonna keep it going right. So Facebook Live, as you know how we do. For those that are watching right now live, for those that are gonna tune in a few moments. First and foremost, share this thing out. Make sure you get it to the folks. And remember, if you got any questions, we're monitoring Facebook Live. So make sure you drop those questions right below so we can answer those things while we're rocking through this show. And we're only on for about 15 minutes, so you're going to have to subscribe. But we'll let you know when to do that. So, Kelley, you ready to take this journey with the good people?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, so take us back in time. Take us back to the conception period when you said, you know what? I think it's going to be beneficial to blog about traveling, perhaps with some cute luggage or two. Talk to the people. Let us know what was going on in your life when that dream came to mind.
Well, back in 2015, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
Okay.
And instead of me getting prescription medicine and all of that different stuff that they want to shoot down your throat,
Come on.
I wanted to think of another way in order to get a little bit better. I can't say that it's cured, but I can get through the day without being, crying out of nowhere, being down. And I mean, I had to take that route because I have 2 kids that I have to raise.
Priorities.
And they depend on me. So what I've done is one day I was in my mom's room. She loves those cooking and traveling channels. And we were
Mama don't.
Talk about it, right?
my mom loves those channels. And I think I've seen, what is his name? Guy with the blonde hair.
Guys, he on the road. He take
Right.
his show on the road.
And it had some great scenery. And I was like, where is he at? Where is he? Where is he going?
Yeah.
And so come to find out he was in Arizona. And I was like, okay, that's a place that I think I want to go where I can get my mind together and things like that and just relax. And maybe this is just a place for me to get it all together. But my plan was, before I even went to Arizona, was to write down the pros and cons, what makes me happy, what makes me feel bad, in order for me to find out what is my purpose, what's calling for me, what's that calling for me.
And sometimes that's more important than anything else. I see a lot of entrepreneurs get caught up in the finance, get caught up in, man, I've got to be able to meet this deadline, get caught up in all these other things that have nothing to do with their passion and their mission, sprinkled with their calling. And that's more important than anything else. So peel the onion back, as KG would say. Peel the onion back a little bit when you talk about walking in your passion, walking in what you've been called to do.
Well, even before the whole Arizona thing, even visiting there, things like that, me and my parents would take that road trip, that 4-hour road trip to Louisiana all the time, every 3 months,
LA.
every 4 to 3 months or whatnot, and visit my folks. And that's where I seen that traveling, even, road tripping and things like that, being out in that open space was just so relaxing. And I was like, okay, is this something, maybe we can go a little bit further than Louisiana or do this or do that. We never did that. So I was like, well, maybe they weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
We have our family there. We're able to stay with family. We have our food cooked, magnificent food. But just to go ahead and just see what's beyond that Louisiana border.
Okay.
And as well, when it came time for me, when I had my first one, I was like, okay, we're going to make this trip, this 3 to 4 hour trip, and see how he does as far as moving around, even to see if I'm able to even take him on a plane. So,
How old was this fella at the time? How many months?
He was almost a year.
Oh, okay.
On a
Almost a
plane.
year.
On the plane.
Cutting up.
Yeah.
Not snakes, but babies. On a plane. Cutting up.
He was a year.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Then that was that. But he's the good child.
Oh, every mama says that about their kids. He's a good child.
He's the good child. But
Yeah.
I went on and I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I could do. A lot of people come to me
Mm-hmm.
and ask me, well, how can I get this deal? How did you get that deal? It's like, it has to take, it's a whole lot of research that goes into it.
I'm sure it does.
You have to look at different sites. There's about 3, 4, 5 sites right now that's on my laptop that I have to do research on and make sure that I don't go broke doing it.
Hey,
Well, I know that for a fact because I can do a testimony real quick because I went on Kelley's IG page, and if you look at her IG stories, and just don't forget to go and follow, but look at her IG stories, she takes that grunt work out of it. All you have to do is go to her IG stories, and she'll tell you exactly what deals are for what cities, like on her IG page.
Absolutely. I have to, because there are, people that's basically going out of their way to make trips happen. And that's just, if you want to go broke, that's you. But when it comes to me and I have 2 mouths to feed, I'm looking for trips, round trip tickets, $500 and under
I hear
in
that.
order to make it happen.
Yep.
So, of course, I have my travel savings account, my budget. All of that has to be planned out in order to make that experience just one of those experiences for not only myself to remember, but for those kids to remember.
Travel savings account. We got to come back to that.
We definitely got to come back to that. And there's a lot of organization that goes
Yes.
into play, which brings us to our first sponsor, and that's from none other than the good old Org Boss. So, has the clutter in your home or office gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, then give the Org Boss a call so that she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for growing businesses looking to formally document their procedures. Call the Org Boss today at area code 832-617-0624 or send us an email over to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@THEORGBOSS.com. So let's unpin that.
Yes.
Let's talk about a travel savings account, and we're at this point where we want to dive a bit deeper into the services and the things you offer, and some of those tips that people should know about. So let's start there. What is the need? Because I got some accounts and they name this, that, and the third, but talk to us about a true need for that traveling savings account.
Like I said before, you don't want to go broke. Everybody has bills to pay. Of course, I have 2 mouths to feed. And it comes to where I had to find different streams of income. And not only just different streams, but see what other things that I could possibly do in order to put into that travel savings account, which I am as well a travel agent. But that's let's see, I would say it's more of a come and go kind of thing. Some people come, some people don't. So what I do is I have a part-time as well where I work from home. And I do mystery shopping. I do website reviews. Website reviews, they'll give you $10 each website review, sent straight to your PayPal. And as well, I do little surveys and things like that. Basically, everything from home, just little bits and pieces. That stuff adds up.
Listen.
She gonna nick and dime
Listen.
her way to a Cabo trip.
I really hope that they got that. It is, listen, it
Yes,
don't
talk
take
about it.
much, because in the essence, Kelley, what you're talking about is cash flow.
Right.
Meaning that if you don't have the cash to start your business right now, sometimes you might just have to sacrifice and do some extra mystery shop
Right.
to go for your travel account. This really all ties into what we're talking about today. Like, how do you start up your business? So with that being said, I'm guessing that you've had some, we call them learning opportunities. Some people might call them mistakes when on the road into being a small business owner. Talk about that, because I just saw it. You was like, oh, yeah, I could tell you, KG. Yeah. What just popped up in your head just now?
That Arizona trip mistake.
Not the Arizona trip we just talked about.
But, I mean, it was lovely. The experience was great, but I paid too much for that trip.
There we go.
I paid too much. And I said, never again. Never again. What I've done is I found out different ways from different bloggers and different travel agents on steps I could basically take in order to, I could have chopped that trip in half.
Wow. Look, so share with our viewers some of those steps or those tips that you could have done to chop that trip in half.
I shouldn't have went on a holiday.
Oh, that's the death of it right there.
I should not have went on a holiday because I lost my luggage was lost. Flights were canceled. My layover in San Francisco, even though it was nice, the 2 hours could have been spent in Arizona.
Right.
So I was like, okay. When I came back home, I said, what could have been different? What could I have planned differently in order to do that? So I said, no more holiday trips. I have to be more flexible. Even with when I work, I mean, I have that flexibility to take, maybe 3 to 4 days off out of the week. But, I mean, I'm going to have to go back and put the work in.
Right.
But it comes with having I don't have a career, I have a job. I have a job. So basically when I get laid off sometimes and then I come back. So during that time I'm planning, making sure that it's a place where, Houston doesn't have the best flight deals, but they do during the week. So I'm taking my kids sometimes out of school for a few days. As long as it's not during testing time, we're going to, like we just recently went to New York for 6 days before even the school year started. They were supposed to be in school for 2 to 3 days, but I went on and made sure that I planned to send the school, their notice that, hey, they're not going to be there the first few days of school. So what we did, we spent the 6 days. We stayed in Brooklyn instead of staying in Manhattan where the prices were outrageous.
Come on, Brooklyn.
The Airbnb was so lovely.
Shout out to the Airbnb.
Bring some advertising going.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to bring them into play due to the simple fact that Manhattan, staying there for 6 days was like $1,500.
And that's an easy, subway ride away. Like from, I can almost remember it's either the NQ or the P. One of them is LMNOP is one of them that you can hop on out of Brooklyn to get you into Manhattan when you need to. But I think it's those intangible ideas and tips and information that continue to drive people back to you and what people are truly looking for, because you're literally giving them information that's saving them dollars actively, not passive, but actively. Like, nope, she said do this, and we didn't put $300 back in our pocket, right? So when these things are happening, with you sowing so much into so many people by doing the mystery shopping, by doing all these other things that are going on in your life, how do you sow back into self? How do you and the kids, what do y'all do to recharge your batteries so that you can then pour back into people?
Well, we spend our time at home. We talk. We play outside. We go to parks.
Yeah.
But Houston has so much stuff there for kids in order for them to learn, in order for them to get a culture here as well. Houston is huge. So we spend our time just basically trying to find, I try to find the places in order for them to get some sort of education somewhere, some kind of culture. So we go to the Shrine of the Black Madonna. They have the African Holocaust, the small museum, which is great. We go there almost every first Saturday. And we also go to the museum district. They have the Buffalo Soldiers Museum. They have the Children's Museum. Natural Science Museum.
African American Museum.
We do something almost every weekend. So And those are basically low budget. So we're doing Groupon. We're doing what's that?
Living social.
Yeah, Living Social.
Anything
and
to
things
save.
Anything
that.
that's gonna save $1.
That's gonna save some coins.
Have to. And also, even with Groupon, we get cash back from our Groupon. So basically, that money that we're saving with that cash back is going into that traveling savings account.
Wow.
That was a gem.
People better pay attention.
Now so you spoke a lot about the kids
Mm-hmm.
and how you sewing back into them.
Right.
But how was Kelley Woods sewing back into Kelley Woods to make sure you stay in your juju, as my auntie O would say, in your flow?
Kelley loves music.
Come on, Kelley.
I'm going to concerts.
You better hit a note.
I am
Come on,
going
Kelley.
to
You better sing it out.
Who you going to see? Who you
HBCU
going to see
fo-
next?
Well, I'm going to see Raheem Devon, Bro
Oh, yeah,
James,
look
and
at you.
Demetria McKinney.
Oh,
That
at
sounds like
Arena
a booed
Theater.
up concert. You on a vacation? What y'all
I
doing?
wish.
You on some vacations? I mean, I'm just asking. Just asking
Raheem-
for the viewers.
Raheem
Surely
made
somebody
this-
wants to know.
Raheem may just be bathed that night. While he's-
One night only.
okay,
That's it.
on that stage. I love Raheem Devon. But I'm going to concerts. I'm going to HBCU football games because I love the band.
You just go for the band.
Yes, basically. But I'm a band geek as well. I used to play drums in high school. So.
Drums?
Yes.
Getting
That's
it in.
what's up, man.
Getting
It
it
ain't that
in.
many women drummers that
Right.
you come across. That's
Right.
pretty dope.
And it has went, down to my kids. So they love drumming as well.
Gotta sew to the kids.
Right.
Gotta sew. So we're gonna have to have y'all beat to our drum, and that's by subscribing. Cause Facebook Live, we gotta cut this off. We appreciate y'all hopping in. We see you, Dr. Don. We see you, TL James, in the building.
What's up, TL
But
James?
we gotta shut down the Facebook Live. So remember, good folks, you gotta subscribe. Go over to sphere.tv/startup masters. We've got some options for you over there. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on Google Play Music. You can find us on Stitcher, Spreaker. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on a bunch of different platforms that you can see right now on the screen for those that are watching us. Now, while you're at these platforms, make sure you review us. Give us some constructive criticism so we can continue to build great shows for you. And share this out. Share it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with your haters. Share it with anybody and everybody, especially those who love to travel, because they're going to want to hear about this, Miss Kelley Woods over here. And last but not least, if you love what we're doing and all the times that we sow into you, sow back into us. Go to the sphere.tv/donate. We've got a couple of options for you. You can donate one time right on the website, or you can do a donation via Patreon, and we're going to give you exclusive content that's just for our Patreon-based donators. So, once again, good folks, we're going to cut Facebook Live here, but remember, you can watch the rest of this right over at the Sphere. So, Kels, you love good music.
Yes.
Sews back into you, keeps your battery charged, right? So, with that, when you come back, you're ready to go. You're pumped and primed.
Yes.
You're ready to box through the day. You're hitting this blog with all you've got. But the question I think that probably comes up a lot is, what's that X factor? What's that about Kelley Woods and her traveling blog that distinguishes yours away from everyone else?
Well, I would say I have no filter.
Okay.
And I let it
Not safe for work.
right. I let it be known because I want others' experience to be as good as not just mine, but maybe even better. And I like to give that to the people for them to always come back. And not just that, I want to see basically more little black and brown faces out there, just seeing and looking at the smiles on their faces, like the little kids that go to Disney World for the first time, seeing those smiles, seeing them enjoying themselves, just cutting up. It makes my heart happy. That I love it.
You better talk about
You
the
can
why.
tell. You felt it though.
You
I
felt the
felt
why.
it. Because that's the thing about it is being exposed. I mean, yes, true. We live in the most diverse city in the whole country, but being exposed to everything that's all around us in the country is another thing.
Right.
So talk about what that experience has been like for your brown kids to be able to go and experience things outside of just Houston or Louisiana when they go see the family.
Right. Well, my kids, they like to talk about it all the time. But as well, it has brought a lot of things to their attention with the different cultures. I mean, some things we just don't have here. New York was like a little culture shock for them because we had to walk everywhere. Their public transportation is so much better than ours.
Pretty much anywhere else. Everybody.
When we stayed in Brooklyn, the Puerto Ricans and the bodegas,
Man.
letting them know that, hey, you could be that entrepreneur, you could be that business owner, as well. Hopefully they're learning from me as well to say, well, hey, my mom did it, I can do it too.
That's how it's supposed to be. Sow that seed.
That's it. Sowing the seed and being online because your business is 100% online. Right. Speaking of some folks who are online, this portion of the episode is sponsored by True Digital. You're online right now, and so are your customers. Woo. The question is, how do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with website development, online ads, your business reputation, and organic growth on search engines. Give us a call today to discuss a customized strategy for your business at 832-934-4436 or send us an email to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention the Sphere to receive a free 30-minute strategy consultation. It
There it
doesn't get
is.
any better than that.
Don't get better. Can't be free.
Free is
99. Yes. So, back on to you, Miss Kelley Woods, traveling with Cute Luggage. So, talk to us a little bit about this. How do I say this, KG? Talk to us about some of the roadblocks but life lessons from a blogger's perspective
It's good.
that you've gained over the time for any bloggers that's listening right now.
The roadblocks, well, for me, there was several.
Okay.
Within the past year, dealing with heartbreaking, losing my brother-in-law with the
Sorry to hear
newborn
that.
baby,
Condolences to you.
Indeed.
and things like that. But I mean, we come across, life happens, and what other way to let loose and let people know what you're going through other than putting it in your blog, letting them know, that you're human too. It came a time where my blog basically stopped. I stopped being creative, and I shouldn't have. I swear I shouldn't have, but I wanted to let them know so they'll know that I'm human too. I'm not a robot. I can't just keep giving these things to you.
Mm-hmm.
I can, but it wouldn't be that quality.
It won't be authentic.
I hear
Right.
churning.
You have to have quality over quantity
Any and every day.
Hey.
all the time.
Talk to us a little bit more about, from a blogging perspective, like what processes, systems do you have on rinse and repeat to ensure that you are able to get your content out, that you are able to keep it consistent so that you don't lose any readership?
Planning. I have maybe 3 different planners, but I like to have my books and journals and things ready for me to just write down. If idea pops in, I put in my journals. But as well, like systems, let's see, the little pretty graphics and things like that. Canva. I have, my emailing that send automatically. Right now, I'm going in between 2, but say MailChimp to make sure that I send my people what they need to know in the traveling industry, and as well, what type of deals that are going on. I use Later in order to plan what I'm putting on Instagram. because that does take some time.
Yeah.
Coming up with just having to type all the things and the info that they need to know, the step-by-step things that they need to take. I'll have a book that I write in. It's called Create. And it makes me dig a little deeper in order for me to make sure that that blog post has basically the ins and outs of what you need to do in order to make a trip or anything happen, or get that cash back from that trip or things like that. So that's basically, what else do I have? I have also travel guides. I have travel guides that I make through Canva. Things like that. That's about it.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of these too. I've heard of Canva before. I haven't used it before. And you said later for Instagram, right? So for those that are watching us right now, for those that are listening, you may want to take some notes if you're looking for some productivity tools, let alone the 3 planners that Kelley is carrying around. You're looking for productivity tools that will help sew back into your business. So make sure you make some notes about that. Now, would you say that you kind of learned those things over time, or was it like I hit YouTube up, got some ideas, understood how the mechanics of these applications, and then just started to put them to work? Or were these things that literally came about because other things didn't fit the bill?
Well, it's some things that you basically learn along the way. And as well, I talk to people that are basically within the same field that I'm in. One person in particular, Rachel Travels, has helped me a lot.
Really?
And she is basically, I would consider her my mentor, but she said she's not taking any mentees. But she's helped me a lot in order to, I picked her brain, even though it's basically, I invested in me. And so learning from her, learning along the way with these flights and road tripping and everything like that. It's just a learning experience. So did it take time? Yes. But as well, they have a whole lot of blogs out there that also come in handy that deals with even travel hacking.
How about that?
It came really in handy.
That's what's up. Now you said something and you kind of brushed by it. I'm gonna bring that back.
Bring that back.
Talk about the importance of a mentor as well as sewing into self.
Well, she's more. I could relate to her.
Okay.
She, even though she doesn't have kids or anything like that, I can call her and be like, well, talk to her like a homegirl.
Yeah.
And basically, she's been all over. She's dealt with the same, mental issue that I deal with. So I had to make sure that we're basically on the same page and make sure that we're on the same. Our goals are basically the same, to get more black and brown faces out there and to explore the world. And so I was like, well, since she's doing that, then why not see what I can do, especially in the situation that I'm in, being a single parent. Let's see what we can work on together.
Yeah, and once again, it was therapeutic for you. So it sews back into you. And I think a lot of times, KG, people misunderstand the power of asking for help.
I mean, that's the biggest piece of it. And listen, she didn't charge you for any of that. People want to have a connection with other like-minded people.
Indeed.
And what I've learned is that a mentor can quickly grow to a sponsor. And the way I define mentor is someone who you talk with, and a sponsor is someone who talks about you when you're not in a room. They advertise for you. And what I was thinking is you're advertising these special deals online on your IG store, but viewers, who's advertising your business?
You better do that.
Because this portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere.
Yeah.
Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
There it is. There it is. So, obviously, we've got the concrete understanding of your foundation, the why.
Right.
You've given us the play-by-play of how you've come to the services that you offer today. But as we wrap this thing up, where do you see yourself? Where do you see the blog 5, 10, 20 years from now?
Then 5 to 10 years, hopefully I could, possibly pass it on to my kids. But if they don't want to do that, then
Legacy.
I am basically, trying to build wealth for my kids. Hopefully within 5, 10 years, I would have either some properties that maybe make them into an Airbnb or to make it to where single parents are able to move in and live comfortably. And I've seen a whole lot of things, investing in real estate and things like that. I would love to do that. But as well, traveling with the way I came up with traveling with Cute Luggage in the first place is because, my kids are cute. But they're going to grow up eventually. So I'll be traveling with some cute luggage eventually. But I also, this LLC will be passed on to them. And as well, I have 2 other nieces. So pass it on to them as well. But let's see, 10 years, that's a long way out.
The way these calendars are turning.
Hey, it'll be here before you know it. It'll be like, where did the 2020? Where did this come from?
I'm 50. Where did I come from?
Exactly.
Right. I'll be living, hopefully living abroad or something.
Now you're speaking.
Okay, now you're speaking our language. Where?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that have been moving abroad to Thailand, Indonesia, things like that.
It's different.
And it's cheaper. So as much
Cost
as
of
you
living,
probably
boy.
paying for a Miami trip, you could possibly be going to Bali or, Phuket or something.
You better drop them names. You better drop them islands.
Can you just tag me on those posts when those trips come
For
up?
real.
Absolutely.
KOG speaks.
Hit us up on that. Now, one last question
Let's go,
before we
G.
let you go.
Let's go.
So, we understand that the vision is to one day, live abroad, Bali, Phuket, anywhere and everywhere, Maldives. I mean, you name it. The places are endless for the beauties, their wonders, and great cost of living. But let's roll back the time you spent understanding Canva, building out these intricate Instagram posts through later. Let's roll back the cost you've paid into hosting Traveling with Cute Luggage. Let's roll back all the toolage and time spent, those 10,000 hours you've put in working through meticulously to bring deals and steals to people all across the world who really want to travel with Cute Luggage. Let's roll it all the way back to the infancy of this idea, this concept where you needed an outlet due to things that were going on in your life and internally. Let's roll it all the way back, but we slide you a little seed money and you get to do this all over again. How would you rebuild Traveling with Cute Luggage as a brand? How would you rebuild this company today, this time around, that you didn't do the first time?
Well, of course, with investing it, of course, back into my brand. But, it would have to, I would possibly do maybe a nonprofit to help kids to get passports or something like that. There's a lot of people that do that, but these kids need to know what's out there. I mean, with the state that America is in and things like that, they need that type of getaway sometimes to, and public schools are not all that great as well. But these kids, I would just do that nonprofit for them to get passports. Now it comes to a time where passports are really needed because they're not taking IDs anymore at the airport. So
yeah, you need to be able to get up and go.
You might need to leave this country because you never know.
Just
Absolutely.
You never know. Well, Miss Traveling with CuteLuggage.com, we at this table, we would like to officially coin you a startup master. Please let everybody and anyone that's tuned in right now, whether they're watching this or they're listening, let them know where they can reach you, your blog, and ask you any questions they have about traveling with Cute Luggage.
Well, at Facebook, Traveling with Cute Luggage, and Instagram, Traveling with Cute Luggage. You can also check me out on LinkedIn and Snapchat every now and then. I'm not really into Snapchat, but mostly Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. You can catch me, the name, Traveling with Cute Luggage.
There it is, good people. KG, where can the people reach you at?
Good folks, you can catch me on all of my social media platforms at KOGpassion.com. You can instantly go over to my LinkedIn, my Instagram, my Facebook page, as well as YouTube. That's KOG Speaks, and my YouTuber is KOG Speaks TV. What about you, G?
That is. Well, they can catch me if you can, but if you want to catch me, that's at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z across all your social media platforms. That's Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher. I'm everywhere. You can put G Hawkins in. If they got a search, drop it in there. Hit me up somewhere, somehow. And remember, folks, if you got any questions about what we do here at the show, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or across social media platforms. Use @thesphere.tv and our coveted hashtag startupmasters. This has been another great episode.
Another one.
We will see you all next time. Take care.